Guys? Yes? No? No?
I'm ready to go, though. Entity, last pick Ursa, looks really good for Ursa. I don't think they have enough when it comes down to locking him. He also builds into upgraded Quelling Blade so he can get out of the Nature's Prophet Sprout. There is no control on their side for him. So once he gets the BKB, there's also no BKB piercing abilities. So looks really, really good for him. OG's lineup, I knew it sounded familiar from somewhere. They did play like the similar tricore against Monaspa, Nature's Prophet, Marcy, and Invoker. They had Brood and Hoodwink, but you're gonna feel this power of Sidekick, Invoker with the Alacrity on Nature's Prophet, so there's gonna be lifesteal, extra damage, extra attack speed.
We talked about that combo when I believe it was us who was covering that game, and we talked about the combo of Sidekick and Alacrity where it's like the Roche taking potential of it, the fighting taking potential of it, and fight talking, and here we go. Kataome's in some trouble. Sunstrike comes down right on top of the Clockwork, and it's BZM who draws first blood.
Big commitment, 175 mana. Usually we see it miss the mid-range, mid-creep. The range one doesn't happen, but good start for Invoker, and he's also buying something, bringing Gloves of Haste immediately. I'm really glad that Invokers are staying away from the Meteor Hammer build. I don't think it's that great anymore. Like when the patch dropped, people thought, oh, this is going to be the next best thing. But it seems like there are better items, and he's also going to be playing Exort this time around. In terms of setup, gosh, Marcy's Rebound. This time around, choose starting with Rebound level 1. There was that time, the game against Monaspa, when he started with Dispose and Sidekick, no points from Rebound. So this time around, he will have a stun set up for Spirit Siphon, Dispose as well. Taiga getting some harassment here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, we're seeing more of this Elder Titan, and it's kind of a question that I have for you is, we're late in the patch. What's really that draw here for Elder Titan? Because the more and more games we're seeing towards the end of the tour, we're seeing a lot more ET.
ET does pop up when the games really matter, I would say, when you're like, oh, what do we want to pick? This is a 5 hero that does a lot of things. He's a strong laner, scales really well into mid, especially late game if you manage to get the items. It also provides vision. Like, we talk a lot about securing the Roche and also defending the Roche, one of the better heroes, stalling the game. Like, one of the heroes that can like land a 2-3 man stop, send things up, stop Tidehunter's Ravage, rest of the team connecting.
And we saw
good body blocks
today.
here.
Yeah, Toby, one shot from death. Yuragi will get the kill, and it's already 2-0 here for OG. This is a good start to the lane, and certainly one with the Nature's Prophet that could pay off. BZM going into that Null Talisman. Puck's picked up that bottle, and Toby right back to the lane. So we'll see how this goes. Is right now 9-5 for BZM over mid.
That first blood, extra 20 attack speed from Gloves of Haste that he immediately picked up. And also, not just going for straight Midas, also investing in some of the smaller items. You did mention this Null Talisman that he's bringing to the lane. Putting some good harassment on Stormstormer on the mid lane. Fishman needs to be careful. He gets close, tries to square up. Gush in the face, Fate Bolt, reducing his armor and damage. Now trying to stack here a little bit, not allowing them to pull.
So Fishman again sending that Astral Spirit out there, and we've seen the early damage, what it could do to some of these heroes. Not a lot on the Taiga just yet, as he's got Fate Bolt available. Sunstrike, Telekinesis holds him in there, and BZM's got another kill.
Taiga will also pick up Bounty Rune, so this rotation, double the value from it. And as you said, BZM getting those early kills.
Not something we've seen so much with Invokers, right? Like, we see a lot of Invoker in this region. Specifically, these two teams love to play Invoker, but Sunstrike kills early hasn't really been the name of the game.
Yeah, so, some of the times we also do see Quas of X Invoker, depending on the matchup. But Stormstormer, like, he's the one that's going to shift things around. I remember during this DPC, he played one game on Invoker, played Quas of X, realized it's not that good, switches back to Quas Exert, and then he does much better.
BZM and Stormstormer, both level 4 at the moment, as it's Still going really well in terms of the CS, but if you look at the net worth, already a 600 gold lead. And taking a look at these odds from esportsbet.io, a slight favoring for OG. They've seemed to have the number of entity for a little while now. TPing back into the lane and right into the cogs, so Yuragi siphoned and hit with that battery assault, comes into the lane and loses half his life. Not fun. Rebounds. But is there anybody else you could really go for? Toby's got no Spirit Siphons. The damage is not something you want to deal with, and BZM is going to kill Watson.
That's another Sunstrike. So far, so good. All 3 Sunstrikes were on point, and he gets the last hit every single time, which we're just going to push him towards the early hand of Midas, already sitting at 800 gold. Yuragi, you talked about it, he does not have TP available, does not have TP scroll as well, so now they need to play with this. Chu does have a point in sidekick now, so there's going to be an extra sustain in the lane. Toby's the one who's really struggling, sitting at only 12 CS, can't really deal well with these Treants. And also, they started the lane real nicely here. Kataomi pinging it out.
Yeah, wants to go after Chu again, but there's the dispose. Sidekick onto Yuragi. Sprout, are the right clicks enough? Looks like they should be, especially with the Treants helping do the job. So they get themselves another kill in the top lane.
Way too deep. You'll hit that level 3 on Clockwork. You think you're unkillable, but Chu did one hell of a job, and we're going to see the Sunstrike play again.
Yeah, so going after Watson. Taiga here again. Sunstrike, telekinesis, holds him up into the air right to praise the sun. And BZM level 6 already.
I prefer praise the moon of Mene compared to the sun. BZM puts down Observer Ward for himself. Level 6.5. Stormstormer only level 5. Let's see the first rotation. Kateomi will get that D-Ward immediately. But it seems like he's not going to be able to contest.
Ooh, but
Fishman
also here. Sunstrike's not going to hit, but that means Fishman's going the other way, and he's actually staying close anyway.
Doesn't matter. It was a zoning Sunstrike.
Yeah.
Keep hitting him. If he goes there, you're going to get the kill anyway. So they try to go play around the 6-minute rune. Watson.
Ooh, Yuragi's here to go into Watson. Nature's Call. Change on the lane for a moment from Yuragi. He's not holding onto a TP either, so I guess the name of the game is just get this tier 1 tower.
Looking at the build from Yuragi, double Gloves of Haste. I don't think I've seen this build before.
Interesting that he came down here with the TP with no way back up top. But yeah, you'd have to assume that they're going to try and get a kill in the tower. Sprout doesn't lock him in, it just blocks him out. Now they're going to have Watson go in onto Yuragi. They're trying to chase. They've also got the Clockwork coming over. Yuragi, he may not have a TP, but he will now because he's dead. That's a problem as Kateomi gets the cogs around Taiga. And this is looking like it's just going to be a second OG. They gather themselves a lead and hand it right back with a move like this.
They give both kills to Watson. He need, like we talked about, Ursa having a good time. It's a really good Ursa game overall in terms of net worth. He's second on the net worth. There's a big, big difference. And 4K gold lead on Invoker compared to Puck's 2.8. Hand of Midas already done 7 minutes into the game. BZM's on fire.
Yeah, he has got 4 kills already, and he has just been involved with those Sunstrikes. So he's going to be picking up boots after picking up that Midas. He's rolling through the net worth, and that's going to be an issue for Stormstormer as his opponent.
I think Stormstormer is probably scared knowing that he is Invoker Master himself, knows that if he gets that good of a start on Invoker, 6 minutes Hand of Midas, multiple kills, this is going to be very difficult to stop. Kateomi.
Yeah, rebound, dispose. BZM's here with Cold Snap, and they get another kill. BZM now on a mega kill streak. 5 of the 7 kills have been this Invoker thus far. So OG coming into a very important last match of the regular season, and I say that knowing tiebreakers are tomorrow. But they are making a statement right now at the beginning.
They are playing very aggressive, moving from side to side, having this global presence as well.
Telekinesis into the rebound.
Speaking of global presence, Wrath of Nature.
So Toby hurt and surviving with a Spirit Siphon. Sprout on a Fishman, so they don't get that kill onto the Death Prophet. They'll throw a Rocket Flare up here. They don't have a hook shot to follow it up. Crypt Swarm, Fade Bolt, both these heroes really really low. Stormer joins in, and he's level 7. So he'll go to the Illusory Orb, drop the Dream Coil down onto 2 of these heroes, but they've got the spread around Kataomi. They go and pop and snap this Dream Coil. Taiga trying to run, but the Illusory Orb will finish him off. They go to the rebound, look for the Sunstrike, but he'll die before it lands as they end up trading.
Lance of Pursuit from Marcy slowed him down, and Sunstrike did not connect. I don't think he did the math on it. He's just like, oh, there's not going to be any kind of slow. I'll use the Sunstrike on Dead Prophet. In the end, it doesn't connect. Toby lives, but they still are getting the kills. Yuragi also going for Hand of Midas. Have in mind, this is 2k gold lead already for OG, and they are going to have 2 Hand of Midases up soon.
That being said, Ursa's kind of putting himself into decent shape to get a good Battle Fury timing. Toby now on the run, dispose towards Yuragi. They'll get a kill into the Death Prophet, and with Treants right on the tower and 3 heroes here, this is going to be a lot of damage, if not the tower, depending on the defense from Entity.
Haven't really seen much from Kataomi. He tries to get close with the battery assault, gets sprouted immediately, or he tries to get in, gets disposed. Chu having a really good game, and now they're pressuring the tower. Level 6 Marcy ready to go. DM also coming to the mid lane. Has that Ravage available. And will be another tower. By another tower, I mean the first one, but the top one is also sitting at 600 HP.
They're thinking about going in with a rebound. Stormer's nearby. Rocket Flare will spot them out. It's drums being built here for BZM. As he's going to pick up an Arcane Rune. And Hookshot missing.
Not sure if they would be able to connect. Fishman was there. Maybe Stormer, but a bit low on mana. Also, his damage output is still limited. Watson trying to keep up with the farm of Nature's Prophet, but against Invoker, a bit too difficult. He had way too good of a start.
Yeah, he is up by a lot. 2,000 gold ahead of Stormer.
That's he's just getting kills everywhere. And I also like that he's going for these smaller items, like in the lane, Null Talisman, Magic Wand. After finishing Hand of Midas, picks up drums.
Yeah. So drums finished, and Watson closing in soon onto the Battle Fury. Room handle drops for the side of Entity. Another Sunstrike. So let's see. Watson's going to TP out with Yuragi showing up. 4 heroes here. This should be another tower.
Nothing they can do about it. Ravage still available. They are pinging out the top. Dead Prophet, level 7. Still no point in Exorcism. Keeping a point just in case. But also doesn't feel too comfortable just popping it. He only has Kataomi behind him. Let's see if maybe OG decides to defend this one. TP available on Marcy, Invoker, even Tidehunter. Like, everybody has TP available for OG because they've been moving by foot. They did not commit any TP here, rotations.
Do they commit 3 heroes, 2 showing? Could be tough. Rocket Flare spotting nothing in the trees. Nobody will be around. It's going to be a tower for free.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Not bad for Entity to get something out of it. And they're going to get both Bounty Runes as well as a Dream Coil. Drop down onto the Marcy, who try to survive with that ult. Hookshot used, but Kataomi goes down before Chu. Telekinesis, Sprout blocking Toby in, trying to Spirit Siphon to survive. TP attempt, but the Tornado stops it. BZM, with the rest of his team, should have the control to get the kill, and it's going to be Taiga who gets the final blow.
Even Ice Frog could not help Toby trying to TP out there. Triple Spirit Siphon, commits everything he has just to get out, but not enough. Tornado was still available, and in terms of trade, they only kill Chu, who is position 5 in this game, maxing out Sidekick, which I really like to see on position 5 Marcy. So you will have this big Nature's Prophet that we talked about.
Yeah, he is really getting up there, and still himself 1,000 gold behind BZM, going for an Orchid. How do you feel about this one?
Great item. I think this is a kind of forgotten item, I would even say, because mids don't want to buy it anymore. It was like very exclusive on Storm Spirit, Nature's Prophet as a carry even from the off lane. Ursa does not like to play into silence, neither does Puck, so they will need to itemize. Watson probably thinking about maybe a Blink Dagger, but after he sees that Orchid, BKB needs to be the item of choice.
Dire are
So
scanning.
4K lead. This is Battle Fury finish. Decent timing for Watson. And BZM is going to be farming some stacks here, and so will Watson with this Battle Fury. He'll try to stack it one more time at the Ancients, and well, that's all going on. Let's see what BZM can accomplish, and if they're going to be able to stop these stacks from being made, or really this Ursa kind of getting off to the races. He's not too far behind.
Watson only died once in the laning stage. TP'd out of the lane when he thought the pressure is going to come, like 2 seconds before, so having a pretty good read what's going to happen in the game. He needs another like 2.5 minutes of free farm to be able to finish off that BKB. Taiga.
Spirit Siphon, Sunstrike on it again from BZM. Cogs around, but this Spirit Siphon is making Taiga a force to be reckoned with. They're going to bring Yuragi in. The Spirit Siphon's back and forth, and now they got the Cold Snap. Toby getting low, and he's going to fall.
I love some good Spirit Siphon on Spirit Siphon action. And Taiga getting all the praise from his teammates. Did a lot. Managed to set up things for Sunstrike. So far is all over the place. Spirit Siphon, there's some really good spells you can steal from Dead Prophets. Either Siphon or Crypt Storm, and then you one-shot the creep wave with it.
The Spirit Siphon feels so much stronger on Rubik. We've seen so many examples of it just being overpowered.
Yeah, definitely feels like it. And I like that BZM is not showing anything. His courier is at the secret shop waiting. Oh!
Shot. Maybe they can finally get the kill, but the telekinesis stopping that. Dream Coil snap, Illusory Orb, the silence on a BZM not going to be enough. Cogs around on some of these heroes. They've got the sleep. And they get the kill to Ketaomi as Yuragi not going to be able to sprout anybody up to lock down anymore. There's the full Orchid.
Yeah, they did not want to reveal it, so I assume they want to use the smoke, try to get a big pickup. Probably Ursa, he just showed on the top lane. Right now they're underneath the ward, so Ursa will know something is up. Chu?
Wrath of Nature being thrown out, and Chu trying to run from Stormstormer, who doesn't have Dream Coil, so no real way to stop this Marcy from running. And we'll also have Taiga near him, and another addition in BZM making the TP towards bot. Taiga looking for something, as this ward will catch some vision. Chu, Taiga. Exo, Waning Rift, silence on a 2, and that is a quick kill on a Chu. Taiga with the Illusory Orb trying to jaunt to it, but he's been silenced. That's going to be 2 kills for the side of Entity, and a hook shot thrown at DM, but that will whiff.
They're getting all the kills they can get. Dead Prophet even using Exo. Not going to be able to get any tower damage done with it, but still, a kill is a kill. Trying to delay the game as much as they can. They feel like this Ursa could take over. It's just that he needs items. He needs these BKB. Watson has been sitting in the triangle. Yuragi trying to go for a sneaky one, but not fast enough. Wanted to block the camps inside the enemy triangle, so stop Ursa from farming.
DM invading the jungle with the help of BZM and Chu. Yuragi looking for his BKB in the jungle on the other side of the map. So he's going to TP towards bottom to continue to keep this lane pushed out. So right now, Yuragi doing a good job of moving around the map. He's getting a lot of farms, so is BZM. Probably, like you said, they're waiting for the BKB on Ursa. Is that a moment to potentially go for Roche?
They could try to contest it, yes. I feel like OG is going to hit an earlier timing and try to go for it. Get a pick off, transition that into Roche. Fishman looks very dead here.
Ursa will go north and TP away. Stormstormer not there quick enough to have backup for the rest of his team.
Yuragi, very close to his BKB as well. Just 1,000 gold away. And this is why I said that they want to hit a slightly earlier timing. Even without a BKB on Nature's Prophet, they do have sustain. Rocket Flare did scout them out. No Exo for another 40 seconds, so that means Entity, they cannot contest this. Maybe Hookshot will try to get in, but you see the Treants are already out there.
Oh! No. Sleep a half second too late. Could have been something. So Aegis now into the hands of BZM, continuing to just have pretty much a perfect game.
Ooh, Stormstormer BZM is approaching.
It's got that Orchid, and Cold Snap Meteor down onto the puck. Stormer hit with a deafening blast, and BZM with a solo kill. He's now godlike, 9-0-4.
What a performance from BZM. He's all over the place. And
the
another one.
Strike. Ravage hits 2. Fishman's going to be in trouble right after this if they kill Toby quick enough. Spirit Siphons keep him alive long enough where Fishman's able to walk away.
Where was this OG during the... Yeah, pretty much. This whole tour. What happened?
Hey, they win this game. They're going to be in contention, or win the series. They're going to be in contention for the major. So, you know,
EU's wild. You lose the series, you're
relegated.
You win, you go to the major, and now they're going to finish off this tier 1 tower on the top lane. BZM will get the last set. Boots of Travel now done, so that means even more global presence. Ursa with the BKB. Entity wants to take a fight, but both teams do have vision on the high ground.
Taiga running, hook shot landing. BZM, is he going to die for the first time? The Drew Coil is going to follow this up. It's just the Aegis for now. DM doesn't have a Ravage, but they've got the BKB as well as the XO right on top of where BZM's going to respawn. They've got the Silence, they'll get the kill. It's going to be a streak going over to Watson, and now they'll look over for Yuragi, who will BKB and TP away. But a Silence onto Chu, onto Taiga. They got to find a target. They'll look for the sleep. That'll send them back towards Toby. And Taiga will get run down, get run down here by this Death Prophet.
What a great fight for Entity. They do have vision on the high ground. They de-warded ward from Taiga, and they immediately get in. And with this BKB on Ursa, Watson like even pre-popped the BKB to be able to lock onto Invoker and just straight up kill him.
Now, once that Ravage was used mid before this fight had taken place, gave them an opportunity to fight and play aggressive. Especially with the BKB.
We talked about how this is a great Ursa game, and now it's starting to show. Once he gets to his another 2 items, Blink, Basher, there are no 4 staffs available on side of OG at the moment. I see Rubik building one, and I also see BZM trying to get one for himself. Switches the item build immediately. Wants to be able to protect themselves against Ursa, against Clockwork Hookshot. Taiga is holding on to Philosopher's Stone, so he will most likely get 4 staff and then get a shard. So this is, like, we've seen the power of this shard, being able to save your allies.
So I'm seeing Marcy and Clockwork both building in the Boots of Bearing, or at least they've got the recipe. They still have charges on the drums. What's making this item more appealing? Because this isn't an item we saw too much of either.
Yeah, you want to build it whenever you have Ursa in your team because he is a bear, but on the other team, you know...
Yeah, right.
No, I think the item is like, because it has no charges now, so you can pop it every 30 seconds.
All right, I was laughing because you just said because he's a bear, but then I realized it's the Boots of Bearing, and I'm just so...
DM now in trouble.
Dream Coil, and that's going to be snapped. They've got these heroes on him with the Air Splitter. They get the kill on a DM, and all of a sudden, Entity are chipping away at this OG lead pretty consistently.
Entity chose 2 really good fights. And also, Stormstormer, he now does have a defensive item. Instantly after being solo killed by BZM, gets Yule Scepter. Not an item you want to buy, but in this situation, it's either going to be a BKB or you need to try to risk it. And here it comes, Yule Scepter.
Yule Sunstrike Meteor. Whoa!
Well, there it goes. It's a setup for Meteor.
For a 480 pure damage Sunstrike and Meteor.
Did not have Phase Shift available. So he's got to drop. 4 staff now finished on BZM. That's going to be his defensive duel against Ursa and Clockwork that we mentioned.
Mm-hmm. And Clockwork can be very annoying. You really need that 4 staff. So they'll have multiple 4 staffs once, like you said, Taiga picks up his. So let's see what they can accomplish. It's a 5K lead, but I'll be honest, Entity, minus the Stormstormer death, have felt like they had control the last few minutes.
Yeah, the fights went really well. How many drums do they have? Everybody wants to buy this item. 2 drums on Entity.
Yeah, Chu has one.
So 2 on OG as well.
EZM has one. It's just like marching band out here. So, see if anything can be accomplished with this 3-man smoke.
They don't need more, because other heroes do have global presence, so you
Right.
can TP onto summons. Yuragi, also 4-staff for himself.
Yep.
They understand the importance of it. We've seen time and time again, previous DPC tour, this one as well, even after the nerfs, extra 50 mana. Still an item that wins you team fights.
A very strong item, and there's that Hurricane Pike being finished there for Yuragi. And just about having 450 gold away there for Taiga, getting his 4-staff. Everybody's getting real close, and BZM, of course, has his. So Cogs, not looking like it's going to be much of an issue anymore. BZM, despite having the massive start, now behind the Ursa, but still very much ahead of Stormstormer.
Yeah, it's just like both offlaners are not getting too much. DM trying to go for Heaven's Halberd. This is a huge item against Ursa, gives you evasion, gives you that kiting tool against him, especially if you use it pre-BKB and then he pops it.
Yeah, we saw Heaven's Halberd and how strong disarming was earlier in the morning here. It was
2 Heaven's Halberds plus Lucky Shot on Draw Ranger with Divine Rapier. We're talking about the China games that we did cast in the morning. Yes. It says 6k gold lead for OG, but I still feel if EXO is available, that they can take the fight. Coil onto Split Earth, 3 points in natural order, and then Ursa jumps in.
Blink, Ravage, Sunstrike, and dead. Stormstormer needs a way to survive. Taiga. He's gonna get in the middle of those sleeps, so he survives, throws down his own spirit. He'll try to fight Katarumi, but they've also got Watson, and he'll clean up Taiga.
Watson did not die for 20 plus minutes. I think he died once in the laning stage, this early death, but so far after that, managed to find the farm. Eventually, like if they win one fight, if he takes the next Roche, he's gonna be taking over on the network lead.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Problem is they're down a lot at the moment. I know with Exorcism, with the Dream Coil they can fight, but we're seeing how fragile that lineup is too.
It is. If he lands a good Ravage into Meteor, like one Rubik's lift, couple of right clicks from Yuragi, heroes are gonna melt, so they need to be the one getting the jump. They need to delete the hero instantly. Roshan, 2 full minutes.
Yeah, long one. It gives time for the Ursa, I guess, to finish off an Abyssal Blade, which might help going forward for this Roche fight. But more importantly, I feel like it gives opportunity for Stormstormer to get his next item. It feels like his progression's kind of shut off, too.
Not sure if he's going to be able to find anything in the next couple of minutes, like in those 2 minutes, sitting at the 1,000 gold at the moment. They would definitely love to have BKB on Toby for the next fight, because their damage during BKB is very limited, so if they pop those 2 Exos, start running at people, will get kited, of course, with the 4-staffs that they have, because right now they do have 3 of those.
Yeah, the lockdown for Entity is outside of Dream Coil kind of lacking. And they'll have the Abyssal, that'll help a little bit to alleviate that problem.
Never mind, he switches things around, which I kind of like it. Going for Nullifier against those 4-staffs and also removing Sidekick plus Alacrity. That's going to be massive.
Yeah, we'll see how the Nullifier does, and if he commits to it. Obviously, when you're seeing players kind of switching through their cues, they're having a little bit of that conversation with themselves and their team, right? Figuring out what's going to be optimal.
They know that they're smoked. The Ravage is available, but Ogre Seal Totem, quick in and out.
Yeah, he's looking to get that shard, so he's going to be picking up the Tendrils of the Deep.
Ursa can kill Tidehunter during Coil if he commits with a BKB, but then again, if they double force him, if he has buyback available, which I believe he does. Never mind, he just bought a shard, so not going to be available for the next fight. Bottom lane is pushing in. BZM did kill that tower because they have Nature's Prophet plus Invoker constantly pushing.
Yeah, so now that Roche is up, they're in on the pit. The Sunstrike, it'll grant them some vision. They need to make the move. Not now, but almost like 5 seconds before. Not now, right now.
Another overpower. This Roshan is going down. Seems like OG, they're not going to contest it. They're drawing on a minimap. Push bottom, push top. Ursa picks up Shard and Aegis for the next 5 minutes.
I'm a little surprised that they allowed that to happen. They've got Ravage. They set up near the mid lane for so long, looking like they were going to contest.
Definitely looked like it, but did not want to commit. Instead, killed the tier 3 tower bottom, almost killed the range barracks. Let's see if Ursa decides to swap things around now that he doesn't have a slot, so maybe in the end decides to go for Abyssal Blade. Or if he wants Nullifier, then needs to swap his BKB most likely, because you want to keep the other items.
Right. What's next for BZM? So they group up together, sort of. Now you're fighting into an Aegis, and like you said, if they were to get this Aegis on the Ursa, he should break top of the net worth. And he's getting real close.
Just needs a fight to happen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They spot vision of DM for a second.
What an
Seal
item.
Totem, and that's going to be just as good of as a Force Staff. There's the Heaven Talbot with the BKB. They go to the Ravage, and it lands on the 2. They'll steal the Crypt Swarm. Watson kind of caught out. Nobody's here as he's been kited for the most part. Tornado lands on the 2. Sunstrike, Tendrils of the Deep. They take out the Aegis. They also got the kill into the Clockwork, so they're going to look to get themselves another as the Dream Coil comes down, as Toby's going to be around the back with the Exo and the Spirit Siphons.
Ursa
Watson
can't
trying to
hit them.
but he's being hit with the Heaven's Halberd. Ursa can't hit. Watson going to go down to Taiga. Toby looking like he's going to be next, and OG having a much better fight than before, and they just obliterate Entity.
This is what we talked about, the kiting potential with these 4 staffs. Ursa tries to get in. Hookshot connects, but Ogre Seal Totem, then the Heaven's Halberd comes in. Ursa in no man's land that like switches target. I think he tried to go for 4 different heroes in that fight. And looking at how much damage he dealt, 1,000 damage. That's about it.
Look at the damage that Yuragi put out at 5,500. Oh my, and we saw how quickly they could push these towers. They're going to look to get a bottom set of racks. They've already done some damage to half.
And now the power of Nature's Prophet. Alacrity, Sidekick, Bongo Drums.
He's looking like pre-patch Lena out there. Telekinesis, Meteor, Tendrils of the Deep. Hookshot comes in. They've got the silence on to 3, 4 heroes. Toby now on the run with the Spirit Siphon. Choose trying to get the dispose. He'll send him back, and now with the Unleash, is the damage enough? Crypt Swarm, BKB. Toby, though, is he going to be safe even with the BKB? Yuragi backs off of it. Nature's Call. Watson goes in. The right clicks onto this Nature's Prophet, but the 4 staffs, are they going to be too much? There's 1. There's 2. And now it's looking like they've gotten far enough away from the Ursa. They'll get the kill to the Clockwork with the Gush from DM, and it's just showing the power of 4 staff.
This item is too damn good. They get the barracks, they kill 1 hero, there's going to be double damage available. They can go in again. They don't have like any big commitments. Ravage is going to be back online in 20 seconds. So they can keep pushing. They can try to lower the BKB cooldown. Watson, one still on cooldown for 55 seconds, so if OG's keeping the track on it, they still have another fight. BZM, Boots of Travel is available. Gonna rejoin the fight. DP on Treants.
Looking really good for OG to set up to win this first game. Up by so much. This is just big problems for Entity. They're going to start to lose the map very quickly, which means that this net worth lead is just going to casually go up for OG when you're not allowed to farm anything.
If Entity misuses Exorcism, BKB on Ursa, they lose a fight, they lose a game. Right now, in terms of buybacks, Ursa has one, and that's about it on their side. Clockwork, which is not the most impressive one. 3 minutes and 40 seconds until potential row spawn. Not sure if they want to wait for it. If they get a pick off, OG's just going to run at them again.
Yeah, they might wait with the stakes on the line, considering it puts you in potential major tiebreaker rather than relegation.
Yeah, they also have a lot of gold saved up. BZM wants to get that Hex, and here it comes. Gonna pick it up. Yuragi also sitting at 5,000 gold, Hand of Midas.
There's the smoke. So let's see if they make the move. They've got the Ravage back available.
Also big item, another Heaven's Halberd on Chu.
He can't hit.
Needs like 100, 200 gold to finish it off. And also, looking at the neutral items, Blast Rig on Marcy. So great against Ursa, great against that Prophet. Then you have Nature's Prophet with Elven Tunic. So another great item against Ursa. OG, blessed by Dota gods as well.
Yeah, they're constantly being blessed in this first game. And there's the Nullifier. We'll see how it works out for Watson. Now he wants MKB, but I don't know if he's going to even have the time to farm that item up. Well, they're the ones coming forward with a 5-man smoke.
Nullifier on Tide. DM got that Nullifier before Ursa, I believe. So they can lock onto Puck and actually kill him. Silence. No Yule Scepter gonna come through. If you use it on Ursa, you're also taking away a lot of his damage, removing overpower from him. Ursa with no overpower is just a teddy bear.
No overpower, getting disarmed. He's declawed. Can't really get anything done. Exo. Ravage! Huge from DM onto 4 Tendrils of the Deep on a 2. Kantomi's in trouble to go after Chu, but they've got the telekinesis. DM's gonna get low, but the Ogre Seal told him to get some distance. Dream Coil onto both Yuragi and Chu, but no follow-up damage. Big ults used, but nobody dies.
That Exo really premature. I think he needs to save it until like Ursa gets in. It's not an easy one. Like the game for it, it's like you're playing into 3-4 staff, so if you commit, they're gonna try to kite. If Ursa's not there to use the Nullifier, and he didn't commit with anything too big other than Exo. Ursa still has his BKB available. BKB on Invoker. Same goes for Nature's Prophet. Even without Ravage, I feel OG could try to get a pick off.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, I would say, that they didn't go on a 4-man Ravage like that, as aggressive as maybe they could have. But fighting an Exo is also ill-advised at times, especially if you want to not throw anything away, right?
Yeah.
So they're still pressuring. They're still here, pretty far forward past where the Tier 2s once stood. So OG's going to put the pressure on Entity to defend their base, and maybe if they catch somebody a little bit too far out, they'll make a move. They do have this Hex, so they can start with that. That's exactly what they'll do. Hook shot over on a BZM. They've got the Dream Coil. They've got the damage with the Battle Fury, who is also doing some damage over on the Chu. So BZM, Chu, both going down. They've got the sweep, the Nullifier onto the Ursa, trying to run. Tyga's the only one able to go after him, but he's going to lose the orbit. John over to the side. Get the Omi right on top of DM. Cogs push him back towards the hands of Watson, and they're going to get themselves a 3rd kill. So, sort of a defense here for Entity lining up.
Now we see the power of this Nullifier. He locks onto a target, manages to instantly kill it, and as you said, like the Battle Fury damage also coming through, finds a really nice neutral item for himself, Penta Edge Sword. Now on Ursa, also got that level 20, so extra damage from the Fury swipes. In theory, it should not be that great of a Tidehunter game because you're playing into Ursa, you're playing into Dead Prophet. Historically, Dead Prophet always had your number. Spirit Siphon can't crack that off. Exorcism on top of you. Keep following. That's why Toby wants to get the Blink Dagger, but the thing is, he's really underfarmed at the moment. Sitting at only 11,000 net worth, almost as farmed as Rubik.
Ooh. Yeah. Not the best game right now for the Death Prophet in terms of net worth. You can see Yuragi almost getting level 25. He's about to hit 24, so from that, it can be pretty much Nature's Prophet anywhere, and if push comes to shove, might just end up throwing out a little bit of that rat game.
Love me some good rat Dota.
Rat jam. Or ratting is my jam. So 16,000 net worth lead. Ursa catching right back up. He had been behind for a quick second. BZM's net worth hasn't exactly risen in a little while, so now Ursa, I was saying MKB may not even come out, but they make that defense, and he's almost got the gold for it.
I'm not sure how he fits in MKB into his inventory. Maybe if he finds like another item, a moves like a move speed item.
Got to start giving blessings to every item.
Timeless Relic. Let's see what Puck is holding. Robo gonna immediately take that one.
So what did he end up buying? Nothing yet. Lincoln Sphere for Puck next, as this is Roche with Refresher Shard on it. So let's see. OG last time, they didn't even contest. But this time around, with such a lead, they should be the ones who are going for Roche, right?
Let's see, they still have to respect Entity and how they're gonna fight. You are fighting into Elder Titan inside the Roche Pit, Clockwork with the Rocket Flare, Fishman.
Blink, Telekinesis, Fade Bolt. Tomi will survive. He's got those Boots of Bearing. So able to run away pretty quickly, and the rest of Entity nearby, but not exactly responding immediately. They're not looking to counterplay just yet. Need the proper vision to do so, and it's kind of tough at the moment for him. So Tide also holding on to that Ninja Gear, as well as the Ogre Seal Totem. Using that to move around and maybe get the positioning right for another big Ravage.
Watson is committing, using the Courier, going for MKB, sold his boots, but he's very slow. This is 310 move speed Ursa. He gets hit by one Gush, Scotty. He's not going to be able to move in the fights.
We talked about how the kiting with the Force Staffs has been a big issue for him. Well, when you can't move at all, it's going to be even worse, right?
Yeah, that's why I said maybe some kind of a Flicker or maybe Ninja Gear would have been a better item, but they already found all tier 4 items, so he's going to need to bear with it. I guess that he can't really do anything about it. Gonna get kited, but after seeing Butterfly on Nature's Prophet and also holding on to Elven Tunic, that's 40% plus evasion, so can't really blame him for going for that MKB.
Taking a look at the levels, you do see that Yuragi is now level 25. And he, of course, took the removed teleportation cooldown and commenced the game of the rat. These old Alliance fans rubbing their hands.
Yeah.
Like they just are rats finding something. Boots travel level 2 on Stormer. He was going for Lincoln's, instead upgraded the boots. So we'll see how much that's going to help him. We have seen Stormer get blown up throughout this game. But maybe the Lincolns would be a good idea, or maybe even an Aeon Disc to survive a little bit longer in these exchanges.
Yeah, some kind of a defensive tool.
Problem is, there's already that Nullifier, right, on DM.
Double damage.
So let's see. Smokes from both teams.
Oh, now they have high ground.
Ravage, ooh, Stormcrafter I think stopped his blink, so the Ravage isn't exactly perfect, but they are still going to get the kill there onto Toby. So they take the Death Prophet out, the right click's coming in from Yuragi, they get the kill on a Fishman, now it's Watson who's barely moving, and well, he's going to die very quickly, so does Kataomi, and they don't have buyback on Watson either.
Oh, they just like went to full wraparound, but OG had the high ground, and now they will have Refresher available. Probably going to give that to DM. 6,000 damage dealt by Nature's Prophet in that fight with DD available, completely uncontested. He can also TP inside their base. Holding on to Aegis.
Creeps pushing in bottom.
This just might be it. Maybe they can hold, but I doubt it. 50 seconds, it's more than enough for them to take the Mega Creeps, but Yuragi's like, okay, we have enough damage and we're gonna go for the throne. Let's see if Ursa has buyback. Glyph, that's their last hope.
Still 40 seconds, and they'll turn their attention to the Tier 3 tower. Now back to the Force. Unleash hookshot coming in. They've got 3 heroes, but there's the Hex as well as the Gush. They've got the Nullifier into the Sunstrike. Won't even matter, as now he's going to buy back. They'll go for the Throne, and this is looking like OG should clearly have game number 1, as they have spotted Stormer over on the back end of this fight. Cogs around Yuragi, but it's not really going to matter. BKB's been popped, and they will finish off this first game in easy fashion.
Yeah, Entity.